Check this out. Wayne Noon.
Oh, seriously? Digress.
That wasn't it. Wrong one. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the best in the world!
Billy Ray Valentine. It's fantastic.
And that's how I will start the show.
Don't do that. That's yeah, whatever. Do whatever you want. Go ahead. Start.
What I want. It's my show. This is actually my own show now. I said fuck Rat Sal Review. This is my show. This is Rat Sal Review presents interviews with Wayne Noon.
That's awesome.
It is
very
awesome.
cool.
Fuck those other guys. They don't want to know. Let them not know. I don't need them on here.
I miss my people though, man. Shouts to them. How's it going?
It's going good. They're cool. Yeah, they're all right. I mean, we don't have Uncle Saxon anymore, so he's gone. So you made me edit.
I'm sorry. I didn't know we had started to be on you. All right, go ahead. My apologies.
I don't even know what I'm saying. Doesn't matter what I was saying. What's going on?
I'm chilling, brother. How are you, man?
I'm doing all right. I'm trying to do all right. I mean, you scared me a little bit a couple days ago when I was talking to you, and I got my wife on my ass too. So well, your wife is a smart lady. You should listen to her, right? And here's the deal, right? You have a terrible connection, by the way.
Do I really?
Yes, you do. Yep. You're being watched. And they're taking on your signal.
You want me to call you back?
Now it's fine.
All right. Weird. Okay.
Everybody play for Billy, please.
That'll be fine, man. So yeah. Yeah, man. I mean, it was good advice, right? You have to stack up. You never know what's going to happen nowadays. You just don't, right? You just don't. And it's written all over the place, right? So if you want to be in denial and think that something's not going down, go right ahead, But something is clearly going down, whether you're conspiratorial or not. Something is clearly up. Clearly, right? I've never seen anything like this. I'm pretty sure you've never seen anything like this. Is it a virus? Meaning, is it natural? Like, did it pop? Well, it's not natural anyway you slice it. But did it pop up from the wild? Is it just an occurrence? Or was it genetically engineered? Is it a killer or is it not a killer? Is it something in between? All of that really doesn't matter. Are people going to die? Absolutely, they're going to die. God bless them. Are young people going to die? Yes, they are. God bless them. But I think what we really need to look at here is the government reaction to what's going down, right? Yeah. And now it's written all over the place. All you got to do is turn on the news. You don't even have to turn on the alternative media. All you got to do is turn on the news. Everybody's asking, when are we going to get locked down? Yeah. New York is already quarantined. As of this recording, California is completely locked down. Right, quote unquote. And by lockdown, it's a soft lockdown. Illinois is the same thing. So people are allowed to go to the supermarket and to the laundromat and to the pharmacy and to the hospital if they have to, stuff like that. I have a theory that what's going to happen is, you see these spring breakers, they're being featured all over the place, right? They're in Miami. They're all over the place what they're doing. I mean, down in Florida, I don't know. Are they in Miami? I don't know where they are.
Yeah, Miami, yeah.
And they're going nuts doing whatever it is they do, having fun. And they're going to use things like that to say, listen, we're going to have to we're going to have to enforce. We're going to have to enforce this. And that's why it's plastered all over the news. That's why when you turn on the news and see what's going on in San Francisco and you see people jogging, and having a good time and to, let's just put it out there. They were told that they could do this. Cuomo said it the other day about us. Yeah, go jog, go to the park, just don't do whatever, which makes no sense, right? So if there's something, they're setting us up for a complete and total quarantine, lockdown, quasi martial law style here. Like, is that what we're looking at? It looks a lot like martial law to me.
Yeah, I think so too. I mean, I'm really not clear what martial law is because I never really heard that term before, but looking it up yesterday, it's kind of scary, but I can kind of understand why they would do it. But it's not a good thing to be doing, you know.
Well, I mean, it's in my opinion, and you're free to disagree with me, Wayne, and anybody that's listening to this is free to disagree with me. But when there's such a thing as martial law and businesses are shut down and you are told to stay in your house at gunpoint, that's
not good.
Tyranny.
Right.
That's tyranny, man. Like, somebody's telling you cannot come out, right? Somebody's telling you cannot come out. So, I mean, is there going to be gunpoint involved? I mean, the National Guard's been, there's going to be military, you know, to what degree are they going to police the streets? I don't know. We're going to find out very soon. And I'm hoping that it's not, you know, to that degree, but we're going to get some of that. We're going to get some situations where some jackass is going to run into the street and somebody's going to pull out a gun. You know, I mean, it happens on the day to day. Imagine in a situation like this. Right. People are idiots sometimes and they do stupid shit, right? And they're going to go out there. Listen, as soon to anybody that's listening, first off, I don't know when this is going to drop, but if the lockdown hasn't happened as of this recording, go get some food, go get some water, and just have it. And if a lockdown doesn't happen, guess what? You got food and water for the next however long. I think you should have some for at least 2 months. Exactly. That might sound a bit excessive. Here are the numbers that they're giving, and these are your politicians. All right, these are your people that are in charge that you voted for, not Billy Ray. I ain't saying this. I'm just repeating. I'm regurgitating what they are saying. I didn't make this up. Anywhere from 6 to 9 months is what de Blasio is saying. And out of the White House, sometimes we get 18 months. That's the new number. Listen, I don't think it's going to go 18 months. This is just what they're saying. I think this will go 3-4 months, maybe 5, maybe. I hope not. I hope I'm very wrong. Wayne, let me tell you something. I've never been bombarded with emails, text, all types of messages like I have in the last 48 hours of people in my community, the truth community, the alternative community, you know, people that I know and people that I've had on my show, and then random people. By random, I mean people outside of the community, not necessarily random people, but people that I know that don't subscribe to the ideas that I put out. And they all say the same thing. Hey, listen, I got this from my brother that works at FEMA. Martial law is on the table. Get ready. Hey, listen, my wife is a security guard in whatever. They just told her X, Y, and Z. I mean, I'm not kidding, Wayne. About 10 of them. And then I get it from some people that are G's in the game, like OGs, you know, I've never seen them act like this. And they're like, dude, it's about to go down. Now, just to let everybody know, I am very optimistic about our chances of coming out of this. Some of us are going to die. Absolutely. Absolutely. But I'm talking about as a whole. I'm talking about us as a people. I'm very optimistic of what's going to happen on the other end of this. And I think the people that are pushing this martial law takeover are really overplaying their hand with, you know, and people are going to wake up. So it's time. And I know Rat Salad isn't necessarily used to what I'm speaking here, right? Right, yeah. So let me be the first to be an alarm clock for you. Wakey, wakey. It's time to fucking wake up. Okay? It's a wake-up call right now. You okay, Sonny? Wake up, sunshine. All right, it's up. Look, take a look around. The world isn't what you thought it was. All right? You are completely 100% owned. You thought you were free. You thought you were free, but you're not. This is our Matrix moment, man. There's a bunch of Neos walking around right now. What happened? What's going on here? You know, what is going on? How come? What are you telling me? I can't, my business, I got to close it down? I got to fire. I got fired, Wayne. Did you know? Did I tell you this?
No,
yeah,
I didn't.
I got fired 2 days ago. Not fired. I got laid off, you know, because they couldn't keep me. Right?
Really?
I got laid off. I had 2 part-time jobs, and I can't do either of them at this point.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, well, it happens. I'm not bummed about it. I saw it coming, right? So God bless. But it's a real deal. When they go to these levels and they tell you what you can do and what you can't do, who tells you what you can do and what you can't do? Your mother, your father? your owner. If you're a dog, you tell your dog no. That's what's happening to us, and they're masking it as we are going to save you. Needs to happen because of this virus that's going around. You're losing me. You hear me?
Yeah, a little bit. Yep, you're good now.
All right, because of this virus that's going around, that's what they're using to justify these movements, and we'll talk about the numbers, and we'll talk about why they're using it, why they're using these numbers to justify what they're going to do. We'll talk a little bit about that later if you wish. But it's time to wake up. It's time to wake up, and there's a new reality in town. Go ahead, Wayne.
Yeah, I was listening to you on the Horseman the other day. Actually, I haven't finished all of it yet, but try and listen to it. Ben Hameen says the F word every 5 seconds, so my wife's like, oh, my God. Gotta turn it off. And I got a 3-year-old, so I can't really listen to it too much. But, just listen to that. And then today we were out. We just had to go out because my wife this morning, she saw the thing with everything being locked down on Sunday, which she kind of already knew about that because she works in like the medical field. And she was hearing people talk about that this 22nd this was going to happen, and sure enough, that's what happens. And so we went out to the park or whatever, and then on the way home, after I was listening to you guys, I'm like, you know what? Let's just go to the grocery store one more time and stock up.
Good thing.
I've been doing it all week long, just getting little things here and there, just in case, because you don't know.
Right. And there's nothing wrong with first off, there's nothing wrong with admitting that you don't know something. I don't know anything.
Nobody does.
Exactly. That's exactly how but people think they do. They swear up and down that they do. And that's the problem. So listen, uncertain times. Go out there and go get yourself prepared. You have a family, right? You love them. Even if you don't have a family that you love, I'm pretty sure you love yourself to a certain degree. Go out and get some stuff. Get some supplies. Get 2 months worth. That's what I would do. Yeah. Get 2 months worth and see what develops. Maybe you won't need. If
you see some old lady trying to get some toilet paper, or whatever, just give her the damn toilet paper, all right? Most likely you have enough.
Listen, man, the toilet paper thing I didn't quite get. I don't
get it either.
I actually turned to my wife and I told her, I'm like, hey, is this this has got to be some mind control shit, right? That has everybody running around getting toilet paper, because I don't get it personally. Listen,
I think it started with.
Go ahead.
I think it started. Somebody posted a picture of it on Facebook. They went to whatever store it was, and they showed empty shelves, and it was like 1 pack of toilet paper there. And that's how it started. People freaked out about that post.
First of all, listen, to all of you people that still use toilet paper, allow me to upgrade you. Okay, you think you're civilized, right? Another wake up call. Use baby wipes. It's a lot better. It's a lot cleaner. Okay, it's a lot cleaner with. I'm not going to get too graphic about what happens with toilet paper. You guys know because you guys use everything. Okay? And if you don't have toilet paper and you don't have baby wipes, guess what? Take a shower. Man. Take a shower and you're clean as a whistle. Yeah, I do it all the time.
Even better.
Just saying.
Sounds like common sense, Billy. Sounds like common sense.
Go ahead, buddy.
I've been noticing people have been heading to the gun store lately. There was actually a line out by the gun store by me.
Something I can't do. Well, there is no gun store over by me. I live in New York City.
There's nothing anywhere? No,
not
really?
Here. Mm-mm. No.
I never looked for a gun store in the city, so I don't know.
You didn't have to, no. And I would stock up on guns if I could. I would. I'm very pro gun. Not that I like guns, because I don't.
Right.
But I realize the need for them. I'm very, very pro gun, and I would like to have my kids very comfortable around guns, and I want them to know how to use them and feel all right around them, because it's a necessity. It's something that I think everybody should become comfortable with and learn how to use for situations like this.
Right.
New York, it's not the deal. We're completely domesticated here. California, it's completely domesticated. But there are areas like over by you probably can get some. I know Ben has a bunch, and there's a bunch of my friends already got. Good for you. If you can get your hands on some, go right ahead and do so. I would recommend it highly.
Yeah, I'm not a gun user. I don't know. I just can't bring myself to get it. Even though seeing that now is kind of a little scary, Especially the area not too far away from me is pretty sketchy. Right. So you never know.
Right. You have to get ready for things like this. And uncertain times, people get ridiculed for buying a year's worth of storable food.
Right. Right.
Something like this, coronavirus. You know, I never thought it would be a thing. When this thing popped off in China, I looked at it and I was like, okay, here's another one of those. You know, and I never really gave it, I did give it a second and a third look, but I never thought it would get to this. Not even close.
I figured it would just stay there because that's usually what happens. It just stays where it starts and then it doesn't come here. Maybe one or two people, like with the other diseases like Zika and all the other crap that nobody gave a shit about and they were, freaking everybody out about, and nothing ever became of them. And now this is like, a huge deal,
Yeah, it's a big deal. But is it? I mean, it is. And so I struggle as to how to describe this. And I've been doing it a lot lately. I've been doing a lot of different shows and my own and talking about this. And I'm like, all right, how do I portray this in the way that I want to portray it? Because I don't want to say that it's not a thing, because it is definitely a thing. Something's going on.
It's something.
Something's going on.
Whether it is a virus or whatever, there's something going on.
Don't get it twisted, You don't want to go jumping into a puddle of coronavirus, all right? Not a good idea. Okay. So let's just throw it out there. But how deadly is this thing really? And it is deadly for a lot of people. There are people that are dying left and right. They talk about the elderly. It's deadly for people with underlying conditions. Even young people can die of it. Anybody can get it, and it'll screw them up for a bit. So yeah, but the thing is, the bottom line is we don't know how many people have this. So they're talking about Andrew Cuomo was talking about if you came to New York City, if you were a tourist in New York in the last month, you're at the highest risk of having coronavirus. Now, he's either being a real, because he says he's not about fear. That sounds very scary to me. So he's either being a real fearmonger or everybody in New York has the coronavirus, right? So let's take it from the side that there's a lot more people that have the coronavirus than we are being told. Well, that means that the numbers are completely off, right? If there's tons of people with corona, how can we accurately assess the kill rate of this thing? If there's tons of people that have it and they get over it themselves and never go to the hospital and never get diagnosed, how do we know? So I think things are being blown out of proportion for a bit.
Yeah, I think so too. I have a friend that works over in Stony Brook Hospital. You know Stony Brook, right? Yeah.
I am familiar. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And I was talking to him about this the other day. He says, it's pretty crazy there. It's a nightmare there, But, people are surviving. And I asked him, I said, do you think that there's more cases than they're telling us? And he says, definitely there is,
No, absolutely there are more cases. But I think that's the way we should be evaluating it, right? And we should be looking at it like that instead of saying 1,000 people or 10,000 people have been diagnosed. 1,000 people have died. It has a kill rate of whatever. Like, in reality, the world has this thing theoretically. Right. I'm exaggerating here. The world does not have this thing, but there's a lot more people that do have it, and they're fine. Even Kevin Durant, right? There was Kevin Durant in the NBA. They're like, hey, I got it, and I feel fine. He's ready to play a basketball game. Look, Tom Hanks is just fine, and his wife.
Right.
There's a bunch of people that are just fine, and I think that's a good thing. There's some people that look at it and immediately are like, wait a minute, this is, and it is very suspicious that these people, out of all people, it's
all these actors suspicious. Now. Oh, I have it. Yeah.
Right, yeah, I got it. Oh man.
Oh, if Tom Hanks has it, everything's okay then.
yeah. But it is good in a way that these people didn't die. Imagine if Tom Hanks died. End of the world. Tom Hanks died,
everybody will think they're dying, and that would be the end of it. Yes, exactly.
So I'm happy that didn't go down. I'm happy he's fine. That doesn't stop people from going to buy toilet paper, but I'm happy that he's good, and I'm optimistic about the end of this. Now that being said, I do think we're headed for a full lockdown of the United States, a full lockdown of the United States of America. I really believe it. I could be very wrong. But I said New York was going to get locked down, and we're almost there. I mean, you can make the argument that we're already there.
Right?
You could really make that argument. California is locked down. Illinois is locked down. Cuomo is trying to move for, what is it? The tri-state area, including Pennsylvania. So that's New York, New Jersey, Connecticut, and Pennsylvania to be locked down. He says he believes in regional.
You broke up.
So we're experiencing some real shit. We are. So we need to.
Do you think they should have locked down a lot sooner?
I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. That's a tough question.
Because after it did finally come here, that one guy that said, he went to that meeting or whatever, and after he was infected and everybody else got infected, and then, it was like a month after that or whatever, then they, started talking about it, and then that's when Italy, they completely locked down, and you would think that after Italy locked down and you see the shit that's going on there, that they would just, finally just lock this place down, but it seems like they just like dilly-dally waiting,
I think that maybe if we lock down the country for the outside, nobody gets in here.
Yeah.
Not Europe, not China or whatever. Maybe. And still Trump would have taken a lot of heat for something like that.
Right.
So you really can't blame Donald Trump for shit here. And I'm not a fan.
Nothing to do with him. Right.
Right. I am not a fan of Donald Trump, but people are freaking using this every which way they can to attack him or to use him to attack the left. People are going nuts about it. It has nothing to do with Donald Trump.
So you don't think it has any political thing at all, because it just happened too. I don't even know what the word is for it. Because with the shit with him trying to get impeached and everything, and that didn't happen. Everything that the left tried to do to him to get him impeached and out of there, just nothing worked. And now they have this thing, and it's distracting everybody.
Well, I think, and Wayne, this is a whole nother show, so I'll touch on it briefly. I think that was a bunch of theater, that whole impeachment thing.
Oh, of course, yeah.
It was just a bunch of, but even more, if the Democrats or America, the American political elite, really wanted to get rid of Donald Trump, they would have done it. They have tons of crap on Donald Trump. Right. They chose to go with the stuff that didn't matter, and they did it on purpose. All right, and they put up a show for everyone, and everybody on the right was like, this won't stick. There's nothing here. And the left was like, yeah, get rid of them. We got no evidence, but get rid of them. Because everybody was going nuts, and that's part of the division here. If they really wanted to get rid of Donald Trump, they could have done it. Yeah. Right? The guy freaking invaded, all right, and tried to overthrow a foreign country. All right, let's not, I won't even get into that first, so people could get triggered. But it's the truth. If they wanted to get rid of him, they would have gotten rid of him. So what we need to look at here, though, is the government reaction, and Donald Trump is certainly a part of it. If there is a lockdown, it has to go through Donald Trump.
Right.
It has to. And I've been told this is a done deal, man. That this is a done deal. Let's see, man. I could be wrong, and I hope I am. I really hope I am. But a 2-week lockdown is what they're talking about. It'll probably go longer than that.
It's going to definitely go longer than that. There's no way. 2 weeks ain't going to do shit. What is 2 weeks going to do? Nothing.
They're talking about a 2-week full-on lockdown. I don't know what that means, to be honest with you, Wayne.
You still got people out there. You still have, even with my job, I still have to go to work. My wife still got to go to work. She works in the medical thing. And then, all delivery people and stuff like that. All people that are, essential, auto mechanics and just, people that have to be working. They're going to be out there anyway. So.
Yeah, well, let's see what develops. Overall, they are taking advantage of a situation. We have something called never let a good crisis go to waste.
Right.
And they will jump on it and try to manipulate it and try to guide it in their way, in their manner. And they're absolutely doing it. Don't be fooled that they are making a move. We will never be the same again, no. Unfortunately, whether we get locked down or not. You know what? I'm going to go a step further here. I haven't said this on any show. Even that's irrelevant at this point. It's very bad. It is very bad, and I don't want to get locked up anywhere. But whether we get locked up or not, the consequences after this will be the same. It will never be the same again as a country. If we get locked up, I feel that they're overplaying their hand, and people are going to wake up even more. People are going to be like, wait a minute, what is going on here? The numbers don't add up. Why am I sitting here? Why did I lose my job? Why did I have to stock up on food? Why people are going to start questioning, and eventually they're going to get led to us. Welcome. How are you? and greetings and salutations. We'll take good care of you. So come over and help us fight this fight. And that's going to happen. And that's a very good thing. Like after 9/11, there was a mass awakening of people, and this is a bio 9/11. What's going on right now? It's a biological September 11th. We will never be the same after this, no matter what. They're going to pass all types of ridiculous laws, man. All types of stuff, apps on your phone, vaccines, fuck. It's not a good deal, So I'm not looking forward to any of that, but I am looking forward to having some piece of my life back. Right. I'm a pretty busy dude, and I was really tired for a long time, and I was like, God, there's got to be a better way, and there should be a better way. But now that it's all taken away from me, I'm like, wait, I'm supposed to be doing this right now. It's hard for me to make the shift,
right.
and
because you can't prepare for this. It just all of a sudden just happens. So
right. I got a ton of schoolwork to do. I don't want to do it because my mind isn't in it.
Right.
It's just not. Like, I have something to do right after we get off the air, and I don't want to do it. I don't.
Right.
So I don't know, man. It's interesting times. Let's everybody get ready. If nothing happens, great. We're gonna have a blast, and you can have Thanksgiving in July. All right, it's gonna be beautiful. But if it does happen, you have something to carry you over until we get over this hump. You take 0 L's, no losses here. You take no losses. This is a win-win situation for you. In the worst of situations, you can come up with some wins if you do the right things.
Now, do you think these people, like yourself, that got laid off, do you think that their jobs are going to come back?
Yeah, I do actually. I think the jobs will come back. It'll be slow. It's not going to be instant. They're not going to hire everybody back the next day. It's not going to happen. Right. Some people are going to get hired at less pay, which is what I feel is going to happen to me. I got paid. I made nothing. It's a part-time job, but for a part-time job, I did all right, considering. Yeah. I quit my real job, quote unquote. I quit my corporate job in February to go back to school, and best decision I ever made. Am I double thinking it, triple thinking it now? Maybe a little, because I'd been taken care of right now. I wouldn't have to worry about the money, but whatever, man. It's in God's hands, and we're gonna move forward with it. It is what it is. What it is. Yeah, not everybody's gonna get hired right away, but it'll come back. I think after we get out of this, and we will get out of this. We will. It's in that we will get out of it.
It'll take a while, but we will.
We will. And when we do, oh my God, everything is going to pop. Everything. People are going to go to the supermarkets. People are going to go out to dinner. People are going to go out dancing. If we get this done before the 4th of July, wow, what a party.
Yeah.
It's going to be beautiful. It's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing, and the economy is going to shoot right back up. My opinion, I could be very wrong. I think Donald Trump rides that all the way back to the White House. Not that he needs it. I think he would have slapped up Joe Biden any type of way, no matter what. But yeah, I think it'll come back. I really do. I really do believe this. So hopefully I'm not wrong there.
Yeah. Now I was talking to my friend from Italy, who I get all my information from now. So what's going on over there? He was saying that the scientists say blood group type 0 is wait, what is he? Group 0 positive is highly resistant to the virus. Do you believe in that now? And I was reading that type A is more susceptible to the virus. What do you think about that?
Never heard it before, but I could believe it. I could believe it, right? I know that in Italy, and my cousin put me onto this the other day because I'm sitting there and I'm trying to figure out why so many people are dead in Italy. Right? Why it's affecting Italy so bad. Why? It's China, and then there's Italy, and now Italy has overtaken China. China seems to be out of this from the reports that we're getting. That's for you to believe. I don't know if you can believe it or not. You got to make up your own mind about something like that, right? But I want to.
I always say they killed everybody over there that had
it. That's what my boy Jimmy says. He's like, everybody in Wuhan is dead, man.
They're all dead.
Nah, man, let's hope not.
You said the other day that there's some website or whatever you go to and you can see the cameras in Wuhan. There's like nobody walking around.
There's no one. I got to check it again. Yeah. That was John Brissom who sent it to me. There's no one there. The lights are on.
Really?
I saw it at night, so that could attest for not too many people being on the streets, but there was no one on the streets. but they're admitted that it's a slow return in Wuhan.
Right.
To, like, I think it's about 15 or 20% return to the work force right now in Wuhan. But China as a whole is doing a lot better from what I hear. Italy is doing very badly.
Yeah.
It's like, why you were nice to, a couple of updates from Italy, and I really appreciate it. And my cousin was telling me, she's like, Italy has the second highest population of elderly people in the world. The second highest in the world.
Wow.
So I looked it up, and she's absolutely right. That accounts for why so many people are dying there. Because they have the second highest population of elderly people in the world, and this thing kills elderly people. So 99 point, I forget how much, % of the people that died in Italy had underlying health issues. And the average age of the people that died in Italy was 81%. I mean, was 81. That's the average age, I'm sorry, of the people that died there. Some young people died, of course, went all over the place, but that's the average age. So it makes a bit more sense to me now why they're experiencing the problems that they're experiencing. I believe they will get out of it as well.
Yeah. Yeah, like my friend was saying, in Italy too, the reason why they're having so many issues because so many hospitals closed in the past year for lack of money. They had a recession, I think, back in 2008 or something. He was telling me, and now they got to, they got to pay that heavy toll now, and they need more hospitals, need more doctors, and they don't have them,
And I read reports that China is trying to help and send the doctors down there to help, along with Cuba. Cuba has some of the best doctors in the world. Cuba gets shitted on often, because, it's a dictatorship and socialism. Listen, don't buy the hype, all right? I'm not saying it's the best system in the world or anything like that. It has a lot of flaws, but they do some good stuff too, and we can learn from it. And some of their doctors are the best in the world. We can learn from that. Not all forms of socialism are bad just because they have that name. Look what they're able to do. So they send these doctors over there to help. And it's amazing. I think it's a great thing. You've seen a lot of great things from humanity come out of this. A lot of people doing incredible things for their neighbors, and just for random people they don't even know, which is good. It makes you feel good about the human spirit.
Right.
So I'm very happy about that. Let's go to Iran though. Iran, there's tons of people dying there too. So people are like, why is this? And they are accusing the United States of economic warfare. Of economic and medical warfare because of the trade restrictions the sanctions that have been put upon them by the United States, and they don't have the capacity to be able to fight this thing off. As a result, so they're like, hey, lift these things from us, let us fight this. They won't. They actually did more and continue to bomb Iran. Wow. So that's why Iran is in such bad shape. So there's reasons for each of these countries that are in really bad shape. Here in the United States, we're doing okay, actually. And I will tell you this. Excuse me. I will tell you this. I'm not a Donald Trump fan, but I enjoy seeing him up there and telling people to fuck off. And I enjoy seeing him up there and having, he's like, hey, calm down. It's gonna be fine. Okay, It's gonna be fine. Go have a nice dinner. I know it's full of crap, because he knows what's coming. But still, I don't know. I guess it's part of my mental that needs to be brought down. I'm like, oh, maybe. Ultimately, it's probably not the case. We got issues coming up, man. But we're gonna be fine, though. We're gonna be fine. Wayne.
Yeah, well, I hope so. My friend from Italy also was telling me some stuff. He was sending me this thing, and he says maybe the only thing that could actually solve this whole thing is they just let it go. They call it a herd immunity. Have you heard of that? Just let the people immunity. Let people get it. And let happen what happens.
I don't know how herd immunity would affect this situation, to be honest with you. Right? I hear I'm not an anti-vaxxer, but I am a pro-choice vaxxer, if that makes sense. People say on the left predominantly, my body, my choice. Right? I say the same thing when it comes to vaccines. It's my body, it's my choice. It's my kid's body, it's my choice. Right? But the left are the ones that stand up again. No, that doesn't make any sense. Well, it makes perfect sense for you when you're trying to get an abortion, right? You use that real quick. It's my body, my choice. I don't want this thing. You should leave me alone. They talk about herd immunity in that sense. And you can make the argument that herd immunity never really existed in this country because they use it often when it comes to the vaccine argument, meaning that if everybody is vaccinated, it will, have, the population as a whole becomes protected because of it. But the thing is, not everybody's vaccinated. And if you do get vaccinated, it wears off after 10 years, and adults aren't getting vaccinations. So that's the concept of herd immunity is completely out the window. It doesn't make much sense. So I don't know how it applies to this argument here. I suspect it's a bunch more bullshit. Personally, I could be wrong. I could be very wrong. I'm not a doctor. I have no idea. Right? This is just my opinion. I'm just some dude. But that's the way I feel about it at this moment. I reserve the right to change my mind to give it different information. But I just the way I feel about it right now, and I think it's a setup. I think we're being set up to all take vaccines later on. We're not going to be able to go anywhere without this coronavirus vaccine. We're like, Wayne, let's go see. Man, it's coming, bro. Let's go see Rage Against the Machine, Wayne, together at Madison Square Garden. Man, I didn't get my corona shot. I can't go.
I might not get it purposely not to go to that show.
Billy, I never got it, man. I never got the vaccine, Billy. Meanwhile, your arm is in a freaking cast or whatever after you take it because it hurts so much. No, I'm not gonna go see Rage. But like things like that, I want to go to New Jersey to visit my friend across state lines. You got to show that you're immune to COVID-19. And these are real possibilities. In Japan they have. In China they have this app, Alibaba, put it out, and it tells you whether or not you're quarantined.
Oh, really?
It's like if you get a red, there's a color system, and it's either green, yellow, or red. The typical colors. Green, you're good. Yellow is like, you better watch it, and red is like, you got issues. You got to go report to authorities because you have to be quarantined, or you're going to be given orders to stay in your house. I don't know how they evaluate it, but that's the thing. And it's over there, and I wouldn't be surprised to see it over here in some capacity at some point.
Yeah, because usually whatever happens in China is going to end up happening here at some point. You never know.
I sincerely hope not, man.
I hope not either. Now, I don't know. I don't remember whose show it was on. I don't know if it was your show or Jericho's show. They had Wayne McCroy. I know you had Wayne McCroy on once in a while.
That's my boy. Right? Shouts to Wayne. Yeah.
He said he was going away on vacation for a week, and this would all be gone, and it's not gone.
Yeah, I mean, I would have sided with him.
I did too. That's why when I was listening to that, and my wife was going nuts and everything, I said no, it'll be gone in a week or whatever. And I
talk to Wayne quite often. I'm actually talking to him tomorrow night.
Does he regret saying that now?
For America? No, I don't. I mean, I'll ask him, and I'll tape it for you. But I don't think so. Yeah. Nobody saw this coming.
No, I don't think so.
And somebody that couldn't have. Right. Somebody that'll sit there and tell you that they saw this coming, man. Either they're Nostradamus or they're lying to you, and odds are they're lying to you. No one saw this coming. No one. Even I fought this. I was like, no. And then I'm like, wait a minute. That's not good. What's going on here? Holy shit, it's real. It's about to happen, So that's pretty much my evolution in this thing. So yeah, I would have sided with Wayne back then. I understand why he said what he said. Wayne's a very smart guy. Yeah,
I would too. Because like we said before, there's been so many other cases with things that they say, oh, this is going to happen here, and nothing really ever happens, and it's never a big deal like this. So right. I don't blame him saying that. I just thought it was funny. But I was looking up earlier. We were talking. You said you were talking about numbers before, but as of I guess yesterday, there was almost 4,000. Well, there's got to be 4,000 people now. People that have it here in New York City, and 26 have died. Probably about 30 or something now have died. I don't know what the exact numbers are now, but
where is this?
New York Post here in New York City.
Talking about New York, yeah. I don't know what the exact numbers are now because they're ever evolving. Right. I know. I think we surpassed 10,000 cases or something like that. Could be wrong. it's something ridiculous like that. Actually, I should look it up while we're.
It couldn't have been. This was only posted 22 hours ago, so it couldn't have jumped that high.
Yeah, maybe I got my numbers wrong. What they say exactly?
This 22 hours ago was 3,954 people have it, and 26 people dead in New York
the
City.
nation. Oh,
New York
okay.
City.
I'm talking about
nation. Yes, I could see that.
Yeah, but I could be wrong about the nation. Hold on. Whatever. It's not that important. There's a lot of people, but is it really a lot of people? You know, is that really a ton of people?
Seeing how many people live here, and over in North America,
million plus people in this country.
Right. It's not a lot. Not at all. I mean, shit. A friend of mine, he had it. I don't know if he had COVID, but he had the symptoms. He had 100-degree fever, and then the next day he tells me he's got 104 fever. And he wasn't feeling good. And then the next day, I check up on him, and his fever went down to like 97 degrees. And I was like, all right. So he was freaking out. He's still freaking out. He still don't feel too good. And then now his mother has something. She's not feeling too good. And then his wife is pregnant. And he's freaking out because his wife might get it too.
God bless him.
But he never went to go get tested because when he went to go call to make an appointment or whatever, and the doctor told him he had to go here and go here and go there. And he's like, what for? And if I don't have it, I'm going to end up catching it from somebody there.
Yeah, that's a good point. That's a good point. And they tell you to stay home. I mean, it's kind of hard to find. Like, you have to be referred by your doctor to even nowadays. So, right. There are 7,000 cases in New York right now.
Oh,
7,000.
It's jumped quite a bit in the last 20 hours.
Jesus Christ. Hold on. 35.
I get this.
Man, we'll be fine, brother. Like, I mean, we got to stay optimistic about it, and we got to, and that's another thing.
Well, you're screwed because where you are.
I missed that. What'd you say?
Oh, I said you're totally screwed where you are. Because you're in the city, man. I'm fine. I'm all the way out on the East End.
Nah, man, we'll be fine. We'll be fine, man. It's not gonna be fun, but we'll be fine. We'll be all right. We're tough, and what we do is, we try to turn a negative into a positive. We try to figure out if they're gonna lock us down, man. Yeah. Go do something, go do some Stevie Richards fitness, man. Get your ass into shape. If you get the coronavirus, walk it off. You'll be fine. Just try to keep your mental in the right direction. It helps, man. It absolutely does. Even in the most dire of circumstances. And, it's you recognize when the circumstances are dire. But always, at least I can speak for myself. I always thank God for everything. I lost my job. It's like, thank you, Lord, for allowing me to be employed for however long. And thank you for the experience. And thank you for letting me get laid off and learning a new experience. And that's just the way I look at things. So, I would advise people to take the same route and be grateful and be optimistic. Be optimistic. Like, even when it looks really, really dark, there's always a way out.
Yeah. That's why I said at the beginning of this thing, even though this sucks right now, God knows what happens after this. Things could be a lot better. You can find a better job, You got laid off of this job for some reason, Maybe it's a good thing that you got laid off. I don't know. I wouldn't want to be laid off, thank God.
It's possible. I really enjoyed this job. It's something I never did before, and it was fun. I had fun doing it. I almost quit the first 3 weeks that I did it because they had zero training. The training was awful. Hold on, I'm drinking ginger ale, man, and it's doing it to me.
Come on, Billy. Make it, Billy. Come on.
But yeah, like I love the job. I started really, really appreciating it and making the most of it, So, but it is what it is, and I'm sure I'll be fine. I'm not freaking out about it.
Yeah, I know a couple of people at work. One guy, his wife, actually working from home. She had to take a pay cut, but she's still working, But then other people in her job, they got laid off. So hopefully it ends up, turning out better for everybody.
Right, buddy. I hope so. Everybody out there, man, just make sure you take care of your business. Don't take this thing lightly. Yes. Don't take it lightly. And make sure you prepare and tell whomever will listen to prepare.
Exactly.
If you're crazy, it's fine. It's fine. It's fine if people think you're crazy. You had good intentions. and you wanted to help people. So people think you're crazy for you wanting to help them. It's on them. You do the right thing always. It's never wrong to do the right thing.
Exactly. That is right. All right, Willie. Well, I really appreciate you coming on. This was a lot of fun.
Well, thank you for having me.
Yeah, no
thank
problem.
you for waiting on me. And
right.
I appreciate you, buddy. You stay safe out there, and we'll go see some
will. All right, I'll go.
The greatest rock band of the 90s, probably arguably one of the greatest rock bands of all time, one of the most innovative. That word gets thrown around everywhere. Innovation. Oh, so innovative. Oh, this is it. It's the same crap recycled over and over again 9 times out of 10. Rage Against the Machine was certainly not that. And I don't think I will find very many arguments. And if I do, I will chop you up 8,000 times. What Rage Against the Machine did in the 90s hadn't been seen before. Or the aggression of a ratio, the raw power and musician will never be matched, man. Ever. Oh, my God. Zach De La Rocca was so angry on stage, and I never felt an adrenaline rush watching another person on stage than when Zach De La Rocca got up there and just went and did his thing. And Tom Morello, innovation. You want to talk about innovation? He turned his guitar into a fantastic, and arguably one of the greatest guitar players of all time, hands down.
Yeah.
Brad Wilk did his thing. Everybody did their thing. Timmy C, Tim Comerford, fantastic. Some of the best riffs in music, period. And now, I thought I'd never see him again. And they got back together. Rage Against the Machine, baby. And I got tickets. And the coronavirus is trying to mess it up for me. So let me tell you something, okay? Get the hell out of my country so I could go see Rage Against the Machine. The greatest rock band of the 90s. And I challenge anybody in the rat salad universe. I challenge any of you to debate me on this. And you will lose. If he dies, he dies. You will lose like Rocky IV, okay? You will lose, hands down.
Please write in the comments and let Billy know he's wrong. No. When is that show supposed to be?
August. So
we got
this summer. I got tickets to go see the Smashing Pumpkins and Guns N' Roses at Giant Stadium.
They're
right?
together?
Yes.
Really?
I love the Smashing Pumpkins. Listen,
I like them too.
They weren't very good live when I first got into them. Throughout the years, they've just been fantastic. I see them every time they come to New York. Last time they came here, it was one of the best shows. I've been to so many shows, guys. It was one of the best shows I've ever seen. I was like, wow. Mind-blowing, the Smashing Pumpkins. And Guns N' Roses I've never seen before. Should be interesting. I know they're not the same. It's not the same band. And some people can make the argument that Guns N' Roses was that band in the 80s. I could understand that Guns N' Roses, Prince and a Revolution. I know I does something to you, Wayne, but that was probably an incredible live band to see. But anyway, so I was supposed to go see them. I was supposed to go see Rage about 3 times. And Deftones. I've seen Deftones in a long time, and I'm a big fan of Deftones. Also, not the greatest live, but they've come around, and they can be really good. So, all things I want to see. So I need the coronavirus to get by. Enjoy some rock and roll music. Rock is dead. We're trying to bring it back right here on Rat Salad.
I hope so. Hopefully by August, all this shit is done with. Hopefully in 2 months, it should be. Everybody keeps telling us it'd be. I'm thinking it's about three to 4 months, maybe 5. 5 is a possibility. Let's stay optimistic. Let's get up out of here. April, May, June, July, August, for 5 months. All right. So you're saying before the concert then? All right.
I would really like it to be before July 4th.
Yeah, me too.
July 4th is one of my favorite.
It would be It would be one of the biggest holidays.
Right.
Especially for this year.
Yeah, I'll wear my Captain America shirt, and
actually, we're supposed to be going on vacation in July, so I hope it's done by July.
Where are you going?
Cape Cod.
Nice, man.
We went there last year for the first time. So
make sure you wear your Rex Kwon Do America sweatpants, with the flag all over the pants. So you make sure you put those on and go down there. Look like a badass every time in Cape Cod. You already look like a badass, but if you put those pants on, brother, you're good to go.
That is not happening.
Fine, I'll do it then. Somebody has to do it. It'll be me. I'll take pictures.
But it's cool. Have you ever been to Cape Cod?
I have not.
Oh, you like the beach?
Yeah, sure. Who doesn't like the beach? Right?
Me. I don't like the beach, but it is nice. Yes, I don't really care for the beach too much, but it is nice down there.
All right, cool. Have fun.
I will have fun, and you have fun, and you stay safe, please. And hopefully you come out whatever you have right now goes away by tomorrow.
Knock it out. Knock it out.
I had something yesterday. I had like shit in my throat yesterday. I kept going trying to get it out. And then I was talking to my friend, like I said before, from the hospital. He tells me to drink vinegar and salt water together.
I'm doing shit right now, man.
I got
apple cider vinegar. I'm gonna down some of that crap.
Yes,
and some other stuff, whatever I need. I'll be fine. Everybody will be fine. We're gonna do this, all right? We're gonna do it together. So. Take it easy, guys.
Take it easy. Thanks again.
Thank you,
where can people go to your website and see you? I mean, not website, but your shows.
You can find me at theinfinitefringe.podbeam.com, The Infinite Fringe on Apple Podcast. You can find all my stuff there. You can find me live at 7 p.m. Eastern on Truth Frequency Radio on iHeartRadio, 7 p.m. Eastern every Sunday. And you can find me over at Iconic. That's Jamie Ikes and David Ikes and Garth Ikes, or the Ike family. Their platform that they've built in order to combat YouTube. And I do a show over there called America Unplugged every week. It drops Sundays as well. Recording it tomorrow. It's going to be the coronavirus extravaganza. We're going to talk about all the lockdowns in New York City, in California. We're going to talk about Pennsylvania. We got somebody from San Francisco, somebody from Illinois. We're going to go all around and speak to everyone and see what the hell is actually going on in these cities and try to figure it out. Illinois is a state, but I don't, you know what I mean. So.
Yeah. Very cool. Awesome. Oh, and you're also on Red Cell Review too, by the way.
You can find me on Rat Salad Review, and you can find me on hackerhameen.podbean.com as well. You can find me on all these platforms. It's a good thing. I'm very happy that you gave me a platform so more people can be exposed to what it is I do. And I'm grateful for anyone that's ever listened, whether you love it or you hate it or you're somewhere in between. Thank you. This swig of ginger ale for the working man. All right?
Exactly. Awesome. Well, we're glad to have you, Billy. All right, everybody. Go to ratsaladreview.com. Please buy a shirt, and we will see you next week. Bye-bye.
What?